So you earn as high as $13,000 a month, right?
No, that's YouTube. Where did you get that? I don't earn as much. $13,000 a month. I would have a house of my own.
I read that.
It's not up to. So it's not consistent. If I'm saying on average, say I don't know what my best month has been though, but I don't think it has ever been up to $10,000. Apart from maybe when I got a grant from YouTube. I'm Izzi Boye. Izzi is the first name. For those that think it's a nickname, that's my name. Boye is my surname.
That's the complete name.
That's the complete name.
What does it mean?
It means laws. I'm from Delta State, Isoko South precisely. So it's an Isoko name. We do tech. We buy a lot of these things with our money. The brands only reach out when, they want to promote this particular one at so and so time and they want you to do this and that for them. That's when they reach out. But even when they do, it's not all the time. It's not all their devices. So we still have to buy. We also have brands that you have a device that is targeting a tech audience, but the influencers you want to use are maybe celebrities, lifestyle. You have budget for that. And we see that you have budget for that. But then when you want to reach out to us that have the right target audience, you don't have budget for it. I wish I created Android. At some point, I was interested in Android. You have to look for money. Mm-hmm. With that money, you can follow passion. So maybe I'll go back to learning Android development eventually.
Hi there, this is Africa Tech Radio and my name is Lilian. You can call me your brown sugar, but no pressure. Today we're going to be probing into the mind of a tech influencer. Dare I say, the tech influencer. I'm talking about none other than Izzi Boye. Hello, Izzi.
Hello, Lilian.
I said I'm going to probe. You said, I'm sure you know a probe, given your background.
Well,
we're taking that and we're going into your mind, to search, to see things that are there. Are you okay with that?
Let's see how far you can go.
Bring it on, he says. I'm going to bring it on. But first, I want to ask you, what is your beef with Apple devices?
Oh, I have no beef.
So why did you refuse?
I just have preference.
Why? There's like a war, a silent fight between you and the other tech influencers as to how adamant you are, in terms of other devices.
It's mostly because of a lot of the Apple users you encounter are the ones that feel like you are not using Apple because you cannot afford it. So those are the people I have problem with. They just don't accept that you prefer something different from what they prefer. So when you say, I prefer this and it is not Apple, they just believe that you're telling a lie or it's because you cannot afford it. So, I recommend Apple devices to people. I've gifted it to people as well, as long as I know what you need. But what I will use, Apple doesn't come close when it comes to my use case. And there are a lot of other users like that.
In terms of what you need, okay, I need a 14. No, a 12. I need a 12. Now you know.
Like an iPhone 12?
Yes.
That's...
So that you can know what to gift me. 12 is not too much now, so just have that in in mind. So what made you decide to go into this brand of tech?
It was unplanned actually, because I said there are very few things. I procrastinate a lot, and there are very few things I've decided I wanted to do, and I eventually started doing it. But this was one of those things I made up my mind and I went in head first without even thinking about it too much. So a month before I started doing it, I was going to do something else. I was going to visit different places, write about these places. But in the process of researching the phone that I was going to buy to do that, I realized that what comes naturally to me is smartphones, tech. I'm the go-to guy when you want to buy a new phone. If you have an issue with your phone, if it is software related, I'll fix it. If it's hardware related, I'll be able to tell you it is hardware related. Want to buy a new laptop, I was the one you come to. So I realized, why not just put that enthusiasm to value and create content about it? So let's see where it goes first. And here we are.
So I did research on you. I know your background, but for the sake of those who do not know, because I was asking from where to where. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit about your background.
Okay. I'm Izzi Boye. Izzi is the first name. For those that think it's a nickname, that's my name. Boye is my surname.
Complete name.
That's the complete name.
What does it mean?
It means laws. I'm from Delta State, Isoko South precisely. So it's an Isoko name. And I grew up in Delta State, Ekbam, somewhere near Warri. I schooled in Delta State. I only came to Lagos in 2016. NYSC and stayed back afterwards. So studied chemistry, education, but the passion for tech has always been there. Let's just say I didn't embrace it until maybe a final year. Went to freelancing, went to programming, web, all the tech journey, if you could call it that, and eventually landed in what I had passion for, what I enjoyed, which is smartphones, gadgets, and the likes. So tech content creation is more like a channel for me to experience all of that while creating value with those things. So I have justification for buying the gadgets that I like. It's not just buying to just enjoy them anymore. It's buying to make content about them, whether I like them or not.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You have over 191,000 subscribers and millions of views. What
on YouTube?
On YouTube. I'm not even talking about other platforms. I like to talk about YouTube because
I think YouTube is the least, probably.
I had a conversation with Valo where he said that YouTube is where you get most money.
Yes.
That's correct, right? So that's why I now use that YouTube, right? So what is it that you have done to achieve that growth? If you could give us like tips on what you have done to achieve this growth.
Okay, so it's I would say it's more of consistency and understanding the content that you are creating and who you are making it for. You're not just creating for the purpose of creating. There is a target audience. There is the kind of content you know that you put out and it will reach that target audience. And since it's YouTube we're talking about, YouTube is not like Instagram or TikTok. Let's say TikTok where you post a video and TikTok will show it to as much people as it wants to show it to. YouTube is a platform where if you have not grown an audience, you have to depend on search. So since mine is tech, I have to target the kind of content that people are searching for. And then since it's smartphones launch like every quarter, at least once every 3 months, there's a new smartphone. So I had to target what phone is coming out in this month. Okay, let me try and get my hands on it as soon as possible and make the video so that when someone is searching for it, they will see my video. And the strategy I tried as much as possible. Even for the most popular YouTubers right now, you see maybe when Apple releases a device, all of them are releasing a video the same day when Samsung releases a device. Because to every content creator or tech YouTuber is who posts the video first might get the most views or the algorithm might favor you. So I mean, for someone that is just starting, you can't compete with those guys. So the strategy was, if I can't, I think we had bigger guys. Like now that I'm one of the big guys, there was like Fisayo, there was Henry Neo, there was Eric Okafor, there was Misteki, there was Valo. So what I did was, since nobody knew me, the devices they will not focus on, let me focus on that one because there's an audience for that. So when the brand launches like 3 devices, the ones they will send to influencers might be the one they want to promote. There are 2 other devices that they are not sending to influencers, they are not promoting. There's an audience that wants to buy that one. So that was what I was always targeting until eventually. And I didn't wait. Before I started, I did not know how to edit videos. I didn't know much about YouTube. I had a foundation on digital marketing. I had a foundation on maybe Photoshop, but I didn't know anything about video editing. Took a Udemy course. Maybe I was going to learn, but I just so wanted to start it. I didn't watch past the first 2 videos. I just downloaded the software and said anything I had challenge on, I'll Google it. And here we are. I still edit my videos, most of them. So I didn't let anything hold me back from starting because I was determined to just start. And I kept on ensuring that I was putting out a video maybe 1 video every week. There were periods where I had breaks, but I have to come back, be consistent, put out the videos as the devices are coming. And this period of the year, this is October, we usually call it TekTober. This is the period so many brands are launching most of their devices. So there's so much to review. You just have to not be lazy to put out those videos.
Speaking of brands launching most of the devices this month, yes, they call you, some of them send their products to you. How do you balance objective reviews, right, with client relations, and how do you balance that with giving the viewers, listeners, anybody who's following you what they really want?
Okay, so there are different kinds of reviews you can give. There are different kinds of brands too, and there are different kinds of people in those brands, what they want. There are some brands that send you their devices and say, hey, we release this device, tell your audience about it. They have no demands, just tell your audience about it. Some will encourage you to be critical, like be objective. If there's something wrong, say there's something wrong. Just don't be too negative. Then there are some that will say, don't say anything bad. And then there are some that will not even take a joke. Like we have cases of a brand can blacklist you maybe for a joke you tell about their device or something you see about their device that they feel like it didn't come out in good taste. So what we try to do, being at the level as I am now, if I am discussing with a brand that is sending me a device, sometimes they will send a brief and say, this is what we want you to highlight in this device. The briefs usually are as a guide. And then most brands, after they send you the brief, you do your thing, post your video to your audience. They see it as your audience is seeing it. So I want to see it before your audience sees it so that they will be able to see if you say something they don't like. So I have had sometimes issues with certain brands that can say, oh, you said this thing here, please remove it. You have to highlight this feature. And then maybe when I tested the feature, it's not working fine. We'll have enough back and forth. And sometimes I end up not doing the video. Or sometimes I still do the video as objective as I want to be, because sometimes the brands listen to, if you encourage them that if it's all positive, it's going to come back bad to them. So we try to be as objective as possible. It's just only sad that when you have platforms like Instagram and TikTok that encourages short videos, 1 minute video, there's only so much you can say in a 1 minute video. You can't do pros, cons. You can't be as objective, as detailed as you want to be in a 1 minute video. So your audience might only see that 1 minute video. So maybe a brand launches something and I say, oh, this brand launches this device. This is what it can do. This is what it can do. I'll tell you the rest in my YouTube video. They'll make their decision from the 1 minute video and they won't go to the YouTube video. They will not get the full picture. But I mean, those that go to the YouTube video get the detailed, objective review. So every content creator I know try to be as objective as possible. Try not to oversell the devices, even if the brand wants them to oversell. And it's not every brand that wants you to be all positive about their devices. Some encourage you to be objective. Some encourage you if there's something wrong. As long as it's not something that would damage the sales of their product, go ahead and say it. If it's something you notice that would damage the sales of their product, reach out to them if it's something they can fix before you put out your video so that, the audience can find out. Maybe the audience will not experience this same issue. So we try as much as possible to be objective. And the best way to get the most objective of your content creators, their videos, is to watch their detailed videos at this YouTube. They summarize for social media because it needs to be short. If it's long, you won't watch it.
True. A lot of Nigerian startups, innovators are solving issues, local issues, having local innovations, having local tech. But a lot of tech influencers focus on only the big brands, international brands like Samsung, Apple devices, and others. Should influencers prioritize local innovations? Or is it all about those things that get the most views?
Well, the first priority for an influencer, I think, like me and like many others, is to reach a wide audience. So prioritize what has the most hype, what I can put out today, and I'll get a lot of views. And sometimes, there's a way your audience will trust you and whatever you put out, they will watch. But most of these platforms, it's not all of your audience they send your videos to. They want to send to other people too. So prioritize what is hyped. But when you talk about prioritizing local brands, prioritizing international brands, even the audience prioritizes the international brands. There are things you put out and you see all the comments in the audience telling you this thing is crap because it's not their favorite brand. So it's not really a problem of the influencers. It's more of the audience, what they want, and then the local brands, like to what extent do they want to hype their products, to what extent do they want to promote it, and to what extent do they want to, like, some brands don't, they want to, like, okay, we have this device, we want you to feature it, and then they make demands like you have been paid. So all those kind of, so normally as a content creator, if you're as a local brand, that's something that you want to promote. If you reach out to me and I find it interesting, surely I will make it for my audience to see. But if you reach out to me and I find it interesting and you say, okay, you are going to make 3 videos for me, I'm going to use these 3 videos the way I like, when I want. No, you didn't pay me for that.
True.
So I expect you to send it to me at my convenience. You don't even have to review it. You don't need to review it. Just send it to me and see what I can do with it. So yes, we'll promote, or tech creators promote local brands depending on what they propose when they reach out. Because like I said, some of them might reach out and make demands as if they are paying you for the content. Meanwhile, others might we just want you to feature it. And with the feature it, I think there have been times I even did something out of my scope, like promoted a yogurt brand. It was out of my But
well, you just had it and you were like, oh my gosh.
I was only able to even do it because it's something I was using.
Yeah.
So, but if it wasn't something I was using, it would have been like, I would have told the person maybe I would do it, but then months, days would pass because I was not sure I was going to tell my tech audience, like, drink yogurts and all that. So yeah, it depends on, I mean, since it's tech, there are not much smartphone brands that are, in fact, there are not smartphone brands that are local in Nigeria. And then there have been the ones that have tried to promote something, maybe solar, maybe I had one local brand reach out. It had this USB gas lighter stick, but it was USB. And they were like, oh, we know your budget. You are a big influencer. You need to pay you X amount of money. This is what I want to promote. What can you do for us? I looked at it. Oh, the product itself is tiny. It's not something I can tell you, you have to pay me so some amount. Don't worry, I will do it. They didn't send it. So maybe if I charged, they would have sent it, right?
Or maybe it was not working.
That could also be the case. But I mean, like I said, it depends on the brands, who they are reaching out to, and then what they are trying to promote and how they are reaching out to the person. Some brands might send you packages and make certain demands. Meanwhile, they have not paid for it, for your promotion. They want usage rights for your videos for eternity. And then who else is watching it will think that, oh, they have paid you so much money. Meanwhile, you are the one that knows that they didn't give you anything, or it's just something little, or it was a favor and all that. So it depends on who they are reaching out to, and if they are reaching out to the right people too, because then we also have brands that you have a device that is targeting a tech audience, but the influencers you want to use are maybe celebrities, lifestyle. You have budget for that, and we see that you have budget for that. But then when you want to reach out to us that have the right target audience, you don't have budget for it. Of course, we would. So it's not like we don't even do them until the brand send them to us. We do tech. We buy a lot of these things with our money. We see it's interesting. Our audience will be interested. We go and buy it. The brands only reach out when they want to promote this particular one at so and so time, and they want you to do this and that for them. That's when they reach out. But even when they do, it's not all the time. It's not all their devices. So we still have to buy.
Okay, I've seen you in so many tech events, and there's something I've been wondering.
Okay.
Do you enjoy being like in crowd, in the midst of a lot of people? Because I always see you just go to a certain corner. Do you enjoy staying on your own, being secluded, or?
Well, I am very much of an introvert, but I mean, if I'm in the right audience, if I'm in the right space with people doing similar things, it's fine. But in events, if it's noisy, yeah, I'm just going to go and sit in one corner. If I don't have people that I know there, you'll see me in one corner. If I have people that I know there, you see me in a corner with the people that I know.
I knew it. I said this guy is an introvert, but I just did to ask.
I don't know how to socialize very much, so but I try.
Do you think, in terms of this, between you and Yugosin, who has it worse?
Maybe me.
Really?
Okay. So, Yugosin and I have even we went somewhere together recently, and we're always together in one corner. So they were like asking, like, you tech guys, why are you always like together in one corner? I'm like, well, we are the ones that can talk to each other and understand what we are saying.
And you really did not want to be there, honestly.
Yeah.
Wow, I would have thunk that Yugosin was, I used to wonder why. I'm talking to...
So sometimes it's also shyness, right?
You're shy.
Yeah, it happens.
That's why I don't look into my eyes.
It's one of those things. I don't look into anybody's eyes when I talk. So
The last time I saw you at one event, I said, I'm here.
It's also part of the reason I wear glasses. Right? Sometimes it's dark glass, so you don't even know whether I'm looking at you or not.
I knew it. Intuition. I'm really... Anyway, you started this YouTube thing. You see, it's trying to look at me, but still cannot do that.
It's all right.
Don't worry, I understand.
I'll try. I try sometimes.
Okay, this next question, look at me and just say it.
If I look at you, I might smile too much.
Yeah, looking here now. Look at
it. Will be awkward.
I'm smiling too.
Don't worry, I will look. Just continue. Let me look at my camera first.
Okay, let's just take it one step at a time. You've been doing these YouTube things since 2013?
2019.
Yeah. Okay. So far, right, what has been the biggest challenges you faced?
At the start, biggest challenges. getting devices on time and being able to afford them. Even right now, you know how the economy is, being able to afford them is still a problem. Getting it on time is not really a problem anymore because of the level I'm at. But being able to afford them, because it's not every device the brands wants to send. And then the only other challenge will be, depending on where you stay, you might have challenge with electricity, you might have challenge with neighbors. Like, you have to be really rich to not have any challenge at all. Because, I mean, starting out, your challenge might be, oh, there is no light, let me use generator, so noise. Okay, you have enough money to invest in solar, and then you invest in solar. What about your neighbors? Right, your solar is on, but your neighbor's generator is on. And then, okay, let me move to an area where there's less generator and all that. It doesn't really solve the problem. National grid will collapse. You will have neighbors that have kids that are running around too, and all that. So the challenges are more. There are plenty, but we just try as much as possible to, as you're getting some money from it, you're investing more money into it so that you cut out every barrier. You have a generator, you have power station, you have solar, you are on band A. One way or the other, you are buying an expensive mic that can cancel out noise. You are doing noise proof so that no matter what the devil is planning to cancel that video that you're trying to make, you will make it regardless.
And internet.
Yeah. And there is also the internet too.
Because when you solve all these other ones, internet is not.
You finish your video, you can't upload it. Probably because the internet is bad at that time, or maybe you managed to invest in Starlink. Starlink doesn't have good upload speeds.
It doesn't have?
No, it doesn't have good upload speeds. It's fast, but when it comes to upload speeds, you have to use something else if you want to upload fast. So,
okay, let's not talk about that, something else. So you earn as high as $13,000 a month, right?
No, that's YouTube. Where did you get that? I don't earn as much. $13,000 a month. I would have a house of my own.
I read that you earn between $4,000 to $13,000 a month.
It's not up to. So it's not consistent.
Well, you've earned $13,000
in 1 month. I don't think so. No, I have not. But it's not consistent. The earning is not consistent. Like, say, for example, YouTube, you get views, you get earnings from views, and then a lot of the money comes from maybe sponsorship deals you get on social media. That's basically it, of which a lot of the time you are investing it back. You have to buy devices, you have to buy equipment. If I'm saying on average, say I don't know what my best month has been though, but I don't think it has ever been up to $10,000. Apart from maybe when I got a grant from YouTube. But that was like 2 years ago. So
how much was the grant?
Was it 20? 2025 taxing and everything came down to like somewhere around 20 or just under 20. I used it to upgrade my space, buy equipment, buy more powerful laptop, better cameras and all that. So
okay, cool. So what is the key to hacking monetization?
So each platform, not even each platform, YouTube has monetization requirements. You have to reach, I think they even reduced it to 3,000 subscribers 1,000 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours. So people have watched your videos in the space of 1 year for a total of 4,000 watch hours or 3,000 watch hours right now. So you can only achieve that by making videos that people will watch, and like you keep making the videos. By the time you reach a particular number of videos, you would have met that requirement. But then that does not mean money will start flowing in. It just means you have gotten the ticket to start making money. You have to keep making the videos and target like high number of videos or videos that will get large number of views to get the money. And then since you happen to be in Nigeria, if your primary audience is Nigeria, you have to do like 4 times the effort to get half the results that the foreigners are getting, because spending power here is very low. So what you earn from 1,000 views, in fact, let's say what you earn from 50,000 views, the Western YouTubers, bigger YouTubers in other countries will earn it from maybe 5,000 views. So it's to keep making the videos. Once you can cross that monetization requirement, either you keep making those videos or you find a niche that has better AdSense or CPM, RPM, those terms. And then you also diversify, because in as much as YouTube is the only platform, okay, Facebook started paying recently, YouTube is the only platform that pays you for views. You might make the most money on social media because brands these days, for some reason, trust social media better than, probably because social media is where you just have to say less and everybody will just go. And YouTube, you say a lot. So brands prioritize social media, and a brand can pay you to just do one minute video, and there are easier videos to do than, like, it might take me 1 week to do one YouTube video, but a social media video I can sit down within a day, and depending on how hyper focused I am or how dedicated I am for that day, or motivated or inspired, I can do it in 2 hours and the video is ready, and then I've earned the money. Meanwhile, 1 week, it take me 1 week to do one YouTube video, and it take me 1 month to get the views or get the money from that video.
Okay. So I was at Moonshot recently. ATR and Tech on Code were at Moonshot recently, and
you guys didn't invite us.
We're not the organizers of Moonshot now, but don't worry.
I mean, if Fisaya was there, Mistake was there, we were represented.
Yeah. We even interviewed Mistake. Fisaya came a little bit late, I think. And also, I think that was day one. Somebody talked about how Lagos has taken the shine in terms of tech, and in incubators, investors, everybody wants to invest in Lagos, and they sidelined other states. And the person didn't stop there. According to what the person said, that, it's not just because of Lagos as a hub, it's also because the techies are going about saying, it's Lagos or nowhere. It's Lagos or nowhere. Not just the techies. I'm talking about founders. I'm talking about, So do you think that tech influencers contributed to this notion, due to the fact that they only, how many times have you reviewed or gone for an event in the East also, or reviewed something that was made in the North or something like that?
So I won't say it's the tech influencers. It's not the tech influencers. It's more of the brands. So take, for example, I'll start from, let's see, I am in Nigeria. A global brand can reach out now and tell me they want to send me something. And after agreeing, they like what I do, they see my page, and they ask for an address, and I give them a Nigerian address, and they'll be like, oh, we don't want to work with Nigerians, or they'll just tell you custom issues, and before you know it's deal cancelled. So we have to adapt and use freight forwarding companies that will give them a US address, they'll send it, and then the companies will send it to us in Nigeria. So that's like on an international level. And now here in Nigeria, a brand can reach out and tell us, I have an event, I want you to review this device. And then you give them your address, and your address is not in Lagos. And they'll tell you, we're sorry, we can't send you in Lagos, tracking, because some of these devices will have to return them too. So, and before you know it, they don't invite you for an event because you are not in Lagos. So every tech influencer knows that, okay, Lagos is where all the tech in Nigeria is happening. We are not say Lagos is the best place to stay. Lagos is crowded. The population is much. The traffic, the roads are not the best. The traffic is something else, right? It took me about 30 minutes to drive down here, right? I was in Abuja recently, and I saw on Google Maps, like the distance was a 6 minutes drive. So I thought it was a walkable distance. When I was ready to go, it was a 30 minutes walk. Right. So I said, oh, this one is an Uber trip for sure. And it was far. I don't even think the distance was as far as coming from my place to this place. But I got there in 6 minutes because the roads were clear. So if I had my way, I would be staying in a less populated city, more quiet and all. But if there's a tech event and the brands are hosting it in Lagos, I will have to fly down. It's going to cost me more. So why not stay here? So it's more of the brands. And a lot of startups are based here. Even the tech influencers that are not staying here are looking for a way to move down here, because the tech influencers that started and are in Lagos seem to have grown and gained more recognition than the ones that have been doing it before them, but they are not in Lagos. So you have to you have to have grown like really big, or create this impression as if you're in Lagos. Give them. We even help our friends, like, okay, if a brand reaches out to you, give them our address. They think you're in Lagos. Once it gets to us, we'll find a way to get it to you. But when it comes to events, that's when they know you're not in Lagos.
All right. So what are 3 innovations that you wish you created yourself?
Oh, that I wish I created myself. I wish I created... Are we talking about existing innovations or something that has...
Whichever.
Anyone? Okay. I wish I created Android. At some point, I was interested in Android. That was what even brought me into programming. I was going to learn Android development before. You have to look for money. With that money, you can follow passion. So
True.
yes, you have to get money first so that you can sustain your passion. So maybe I'll go back to learning Android development. Eventually, I went far, then I stopped to chase money.
On that Android thing, I miss the days of, I wish Nokia can start giving us those sleek designs they used to give us
They're
on
trying.
Android. Those designs, the one like a plain, gamepad, those flips,
wow.
those sleek designs. I wish they can bring it in the Android space.
It's not that easy anymore because of the way software is right now. You have to, the majority of the users are using Android. The ones that are not using Android are using iOS. So if whatever you are building does not fit into Android or iOS, nobody will buy it.
Okay.
And so it's not that simple. Nokia is trying to make a comeback under the, like HMD is their company. The mobile division is now HMD. There was a device side that looks like Nokia Lumia. But then everyone sees it and they're like, they wish it around the Lumia operating system. But if it's around the Lumia operating system, you won't buy it because what you want to use is Android or iOS. So
okay, another innovation.
Yeah, okay, another innovation. Let's say cars, electric flying cars, precisely for places like Lagos.
But if you put it in Lagos, the wires, those electric wires,
but I mean, if we get there eventually, they will find a way now. They will run the wires somewhere, somehow.
Or you will just go above it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then maybe which other one? Which other one? I can't think of a third one, though.
I can think of one.
Okay. I can't think of a third one. Oh, you think?
An invisibility cloak.
Invisibility. Oh, well.
Like Harry Potter.
That has so many concerns with it.
I just want that, but I'll not tell you why. Anyway, if you could trade places with anybody, any innovator, anybody for a day, who would that be?
I like my life. I don't want to trade places to anyone. I admire people. There are people that I admire, but I think I don't want to trade places. Let me be admiring them.
Because maybe you might be admiring Dizzy in the past. I'm like, I would like to be, and then now
Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Do you know he was awesome, but he was also troubled. He had a lot of
he had a lot of
troubles.
But I was a big fan. Let's just say he played a great role in my life growing up and all.
That's why you were an introvert, because I think he's a very, very shy man. All right. And finally, I want us to have the contest before we ask you the last question.
Contest unless...
It's a staring contest.
You win. You have won. You have won.
Anyway, give an advice to tech, those people that want to grow in tech now. Any piece of advice. One thing that helped you that will help them.
Nobody owes you anything, right? You might want to start out and you think that, there are so many people in this niche. I just have to send them a message to send me an equipment, send me a device so that they'll start. Not that they're wicked that they don't want to send you a device. They just think you're not serious, because if you look around, I don't know about other niches, but tech creators support each other and they will support you if they see your work.
Okay.
They're already seeing the effort that you're putting into your work based on the little that you have. So they now know that, this is where he needs to improve. I have this I can use to help him. But if you are coming and say, I'm a tech content creator, I want to start, but the phone that I'm using right now, the camera is not good enough, or like all you have are excuses, nobody will want to support you. And even if you have enough and you are trying to reach out to people and they are not supporting you, doesn't mean that you are going to stop. You are doing it for yourself and yourself alone. So just start. No matter how small the resources you think you have, people are coming for your content. The quality is secondary. If I make a bad video tomorrow that it doesn't look as clear as some of my videos are, before people will notice that it is not that good, they have already gotten the content from it. It might be later and they're like, okay, maybe I did a video where I wore my shirt inside out. I did not realize until after I've shot the video. I posted a video. Nobody noticed.
Unless you shave your beard like Valo.
Unless I shave. Yeah.
Then they will leave the content and ask questions.
Yeah. So it's most of the time it's the content they are coming for, not really. So if the content is good enough, there are so many people who can take example of. Even me, if you go look at my first video, you're complaining that I can't stare at you right now. Before the camera, I can't even stare at the camera.
Oh, wow. And you're staring at me now, so you're improving.
So it's something that will improve with every video you put out. It doesn't have to be tech content creation, whatever you're doing. Practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the more you learn from it, the more you know what to improve. With every video I put out, even now, I learn something new on what to do or what not to do for the next one. So just start, regardless of how small your resources are.
Okay, we're going to be ending on that note. Just start, regardless of how small your resources are. We've taken a probe and we put it into the brain of Izzi Boye, and it was quite fulfilling. And thank you for finally are going to be here.
It wasn't easy.
All right, keep listening to Africa Tech Radio for more amazing content. My name is Lilian, your brown sugar.